So I am going to make this video. So I'm going to make this video in a very not planned way at all. That's the only way I can make videos. So I intended to do this video a long time ago, or a few weeks ago, and today is a good day for this. So what I'm going to tell you is my favorite natural skincare products of 2022, and I have a shop and I deal with a lot of products. Many of them I'm trying to see if they are good enough for the shop, and most of them don't make it to the shop, so I am choosing the ones that I like the most from the brands that I have in the shop right now. There are other products that are coming, and I'm not going to put on this list because you do not have access to them yet. But maybe like in March, April next year, I will create another best of the first months of 2023, something like that. So also another thing to say is that, of course, these are my preferences. That this does not mean that these are the best products, and does not even mean that, also does not mean that the other products that are not on this list are bad products. It's just that what I need at this moment, and this products are really good for me, work for me at the moment. I am 52 years old, and I have normal skin and normal hair, which today would probably need some washing, and which will happen tomorrow. And I have gone through a very long period of health issues, chronic health issues. So of course that impacted my skin as well, and I'm extremely sensitive. That's one thing. I'm extremely sensitive. And I also have neuralgia on the right side of my body and on my face. So that influences what I use on my skin, that is for sure. I'm not so sensitive that I cannot use essential oils. It's just that they have to be very high quality, so that it doesn't irritate my skin. The other thing is that I really lean towards really natural products. It's just the way that I like to live in this world, and I'm not using any retinols. I don't have anything done to my face, and I probably will never do because I just don't like injections and things like that. I had enough in my life for my healing process that I had to do, but nothing related to beauty, and I have never altered my skin, and as you can see, not even my teeth. So this is not to say that I'm better or worse than anybody else, but it's just to give you an idea of where I'm coming from. So the last thing is that most of my clients at this moment in 2022, at the end of 2022, go to my shop for Living Libations products, which is like the main brand that I have at the moment. And they will not see many Living Libation products in this favorites list. Some of them, yes, but it's not all Living Libations. And of course, I have, just to say that I absolutely love Living Libations, but I have tried them and used them for many years, and of course now I'm trying out other things and loving other brands that I am bringing on to the shop. Alrighty, so let's start with well, actually Living Libations products for cleansing. I do oil cleanse, and do not need a double cleanse because I don't wear makeup and I do not wear sunscreen except for very hot days, or when I'm exposed to the sun, like during spring and summer months. Now it's winter, and I of course don't use sunscreen. I don't need. I work from home also. Anyway, so I don't need double cleansing. I don't wear makeup at this point, so I just use my favorite. It's still my favorite after trying many things. It's the frankincense. It really calms down inflammation. I'm not using this at this moment, so that's why it's this is an open bottle. I am trying other things, but this is still my favorite at this point. It was my first best skin ever from Libations, and it's still my favorite. And it really calms down my skin, and I absolutely adore the aroma, which is fresh but not too fresh. It's just brilliant. I love it. So this is my favorite. The toner, because I clean and I put a toner and then a serum and a moisturizer if I need, but or something with more actives. The light is not good at all, but I'm just trying to make it better, but really that's how it is. And excuse me, this is like a conversation with a friend. That's how I do things. So the beautiful Collagen, which is a brand that I've started to use this year, and I find this toner very, very beautiful. It hydrates the skin. You know, when your skin, nothing seems to hydrate the skin, and this toner is brilliant for that. It has a bit of glycerin, and that's why it hydrates so much. I was not a fan of glycerin until recently, and I understand that glycerin can be a highly processed ingredient because it's oil processed into glycerin, and I was not very much a fan of that. But to be honest, I think we can use this type of ingredients once in a while. It really, and it's not that unnatural. Of course it is natural and it's plant-based, etc., but it's not chemicals. Most of the glycerin that you see out there is made of chemicals, and chemicals, when I mean, is synthetic petrochemicals. That's what I mean. And this one is not. It's made from plant materials. I don't know exactly which one, but you can check on the website. But Collagen is a brilliant brand, and this toner is beautiful. They have lavender and rose. I'm using the lavender, and I'm not such a fan of lavender essential oil because it's just everywhere and can be a bit too much. But this one is beautiful, and the lavender is from their own production of lavender, and the other one rose as well. So it's a little bit different than the usual lavender, at least for me. I love it. It has aloe vera, glycerin, and organic lavender oil, and the hydrosol. It's very simple, very efficient, and an absolute pleasure to use. The mist is very fine, and I love this, and I use it mostly after cleansing at night, and after splashing the face with water in the morning. And then my favorite serum is the first time that I'm using some actives. This one doesn't have any special anything. It does, retinols, or special as in very strong, but it has hyaluronic acid, which is the first time that I'm using this. And again, it's not something that I want to use every day, but I do use this twice a week, and it really, I can see a difference in my skin being more plump and giving it more radiance, and I absolutely love. It's simple. The ingredients are relatively simple, as in, when I say relatively, is that it doesn't have super complicated list of 20 ingredients, but it has some 10 ingredients, and they have peptides and different types of hyaluronic acid, and it's all vegan, and I appreciate that, and it's just very cute also. I'm not using this one at the moment as well because I'm trying something else, but I've used it I finished 2 bottles actually, because in the summer I use it more often. It's important to use hyaluronic acid when there's some moisture in the air, or if there isn't, the heating is on and it's very dry, then you need to put some cream on top. Otherwise, it might dehydrate your skin in the long run. All right. What we have, and then I do love this one. Many people do not use eye creams, but I do love this eye cream. It's very gentle. I cannot use like very intense essential oils around my eyes because they are very sensitive, but this one is absolutely brilliant. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. I have two favorites, but the other one is not here, and it didn't make it this time because it's from another brand that is still not in the shop, but this is my favorite that I have in the shop. It's very gentle. The aroma is absolutely, it's everything for me. If you know the Maverick cream, it's the aroma is similar, but this one has then other things like Euphrasia or Eye Bright, and which is brilliant for this area, and I just absolutely love it. You just need a little bit. It's a little bit expensive, but you know this lasts for so long. It's my favorite. Yeah. And then when my skin is very, very dry, or it has some, or for my lips, etc., what I tend to use is, it doesn't make much sense maybe, but it's this hand cream from Martina Gebhardt. It's very gentle. It has chamomile and olive oil, doesn't smell like olive oil, lanolin, beeswax, rose, and it has an aroma of chamomile. It's actually called chamomile, maybe, I don't know, but it's the hand and nail hand cream from Martina Gebhardt. And when I need a lot of protection, like for example, I went now outside and it's very cold, and my skin, my right side immediately started to hurt. So but it hurt just a little bit because before I went outside I put a layer of this thick layer to protect me from the harsh cold, and it did work well, and I didn't have as much pain as I would if I wouldn't put this protective layer. Of course it was greasy, still a bit greasy, my skin, as you can see, but anyway, I was not meeting anyone. I just needed to go outside to do something, and that gave me a protection, and the pain on my face, my neuralgic pain, was not as strong. So I use it for things like that, and I use also on my lips. It's absolutely a favorite because it's so natural, so useful when you really want to protect something, and it's also very good for the nails and hands, which is what it is made for. It's absolutely brilliant, and the price point is incredibly good. And then another favorite now from, I don't know how many I have now, but it's going to be 10 or 12. Another favorite of mine is this bronzing fluid from Martina Gebhardt. It's quite dark, but really it just blends in with your skin tone. Because I don't use makeup, I just use this sometimes to give a bit of color, and gives you nice, maybe I put it on my, gives it a nice color. The light's absolutely terrible. I love it. It's simple, super natural. It has olive oil, but it doesn't smell like olive oil. It's very light. I mean, it's a fluid. It really is a fluid. And it has soil on it. It's a type of soil, so a clay, and has rosehip fruit oil, not the seed. So it's much less common to have the rosehip fruit oil, and avocado oil, rose extract, carrot seed extract. It's absolutely brilliant for the skin, and such a simple product. I'm not sure if there are not many on the website. They are on sale, by the way. Martina Gebhardt is on sale at the moment, and yeah, so they are going. And the next is shampoos. I've been trying to find shampoos, natural shampoos, like really natural shampoos, from the beginning of this project, Radiant Beauty, in 2019. And I have some, again, coming up, 2 other brands coming, but I researched so much, and they always have ingredients that I'm not so happy with. So I always return to the beautiful sea buckthorn shampoo. It's my favorite. I alternate with the True Blue, but this is my favorite. It's the best for my my hair type. I have normal to oily, and I have no dryness on my ends. I just don't have it, so I don't need anything apart from shampoo. I do oiling. I oil my hair every week before shampooing, but I don't put anything as conditioner nor anything. Only a mask once in a while. Perhaps I should, but I don't. So this is brilliant for this type of hair. Some hairs that are very dry, kind of, it's not so good. It's a bit stripping of the oils, and but for people who have normal hair or not too dry, this is absolutely brilliant. I've been trying so many other shampoos, and after 2 or 3 days I have to wash my hair again, and I'm not happy with that because I only like to wash it once a week, especially in the winter is even less. And with this I can go 1 week without any oil. You know, like for example, I washed something else with some other shampoo last time, and it was like 3 days ago, and I can see already that there's oil. You know, so it can be a bit stripping for people who have dry hair, but for people with normal oily hair, this is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it. It's beautiful, and I have a 1 liter bottle. Although it lasts forever. This lasts forever. I used this 1 bottle like this for a very long time, and then I decided to have the 1 liter, but it just lasts forever. Sometimes I use it as a shower gel as well. Okay, what else do we have here? Ooh, I forgot this one. This was one of the best discoveries of 2022, I must say. And this is Collagen SPF. Again, I've started to try and find an SPF mineral sunscreen, only with minerals rather than all the chemicals and strange bulking agents that sunscreens can have. And I have a few in the shop, but my absolute favorite was this from Collagen. It's basically just oil and minerals. Doesn't have anything else. Beautiful oils. I am not sure, it doesn't say here, but the oils are beautiful. You can check on the website. And it's an SPF 30, so there is the one that is not tinted, and then there's this tinted one, which is the favorite from everybody. And as you can see, it just blends in beautifully. It doesn't have essential oils also, and it's just a 3-in-1. It's a treatment, serum, is an SPF, and it also works as foundation if you don't use foundation, and if you're this kind of person like me that don't really use foundation, this gives a little bit of coverage. It's absolutely brilliant. There are 3 lights. There's the light, there's the medium, which is this one, and there's the dark. This is such a good product. It really is a good product. Yeah, you just try it. It's beautiful. If you want like an SPF, of course. Some people don't use it. It's also good for summer, or when you go on holidays, ski holidays here in Switzerland. It's brilliant. It smells like, I know what it has. It has plum oil, I think. It just doesn't have an aroma. You know, I'm used to essential oils, so in the beginning it was like, where's the aroma? But it's just the oils which have their own aroma, of course. And it's the most natural SPF I've ever seen. So the one without the color only has mineral, zinc oxide, the non-nano zinc oxide. This has titanium oxide as well to give it the color. And no bulking agents. I'm just so in love with it. And sometimes I use this together. And now we move to the inner beauty section, which this was the year where I fell in love with Anima Mundi. Some of you might know and most of you don't know that I've been in the business of superfoods and herbs and special foods and diets since 2007, when I started my first company here in Switzerland, which is it was a project coming from my heart and my enthusiasm for what I was discovering back then, the superfoods that now are so common. But me and my business partner at that time, and my partner, we started a company selling goji berries, chia seeds, and maca, and raw chocolate, and all these things that I was so in love with. And then, for personal reasons, I had to give my company, or sell my company, and moved on. And now, as I have this shop, Meridian Beauty, which is more or less the same thing, but it's from the inside. It's healing from the inside. That was from the outside now, and that was healing from the inside, and beauty from the inside. Now I'm more focused on the beauty from the outside, which they are both important. But I still am absolutely in love with herbs and anything that can enhance our well-being, beauty, and joy in life. And so I brought in a brand that I find super exciting, because the presentation and the products are all high quality, and I'm focusing on beauty and beauty low. So I will never sell just herbs and all these things, because that is not for me to do at the moment. All the herbs and elixirs I will sell in the shop will be more related to beauty, not health. For health concerns, it's best to consult a doctor, naturopathic doctor, herbalist, etc. But I do have some beautiful concoctions to enhance our joy of life and our beauty. And so my favorite is Soma. Again, I have a big bottle there, but I'm just showing you this one. And the Soma is a combination of 7 medicinal mushrooms plus rose and schisandra for their adaptogenic properties and vitamin C. This is absolutely brilliant for, you know, keeping you stable and giving you resilience, for, you know, just keeping calm amongst the chaos. That's the way I see it. And it's brilliant also for the skin, because this is a less known fact about medicinal mushrooms. It's many of them, like lion's mane and chaga, are brilliant for, I'm just looking, yeah, it's a bit dirty, and they are brilliant for the skin. They, you know, they give resilience also to the skin, not only to our minds and bodies, but especially chaga and lion's mane are absolutely brilliant. Lion's mane is my favorite because it regenerates the nerves, the peripheral nerves, so that is very, very good for that, and regenerates and also the coating of the nerves, called myelin sheath. So this, for people that have a little bit of problems with nerve damage, this is absolutely brilliant. So this has been my favorite product to take internally during 2022, and I can feel inside me, I can feel in me, in my body, a certain resilience that of course comes from other things, meditation, breath work, etc. But this made a difference, really did, and so this is my favorite product. I will also bring products with mushrooms to apply externally, but this to take internally is brilliant. And of course, it's excellent for immunity, to strengthen the immune system, not to give it a boost, but to strengthen. I find mushrooms are really not magical mushrooms, but they are magic. The medicinal mushrooms are magic to me, and it's brilliant for the skin. More like as protection, I have protection like and strengthening the immune system. Specifically, I like this black elderberry. Elderberry is very well known, and there's many products with elderberry. What I like about this one is that it also has the medicinal mushrooms, and it tastes beautifully. It tastes wonderful. It does not have sugar. None of them have sugar. And it has another special herb that I find it's very important for certain viruses, which is skullcap. And it's a brilliant formula. I take it almost as a dessert, but specifically I take it when I feel that something might be coming, or might have been exposed to something and don't want to be sick. I will take this, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So it says here, super concentrated, enhanced with herbal antivirals, the black elderberry. So this is my favorites. And then my last product is the Collagen Booster from Anima Mundi. My favorite is the Dirty Rose Chai, which I have a big bag, but here we have also the superfruit. And what it does is that, well, I'm 52 now, as I said, and of course we need some support, to collagen support. I don't take collagen products because I don't like taking animals for this, and also it comes from the fish bones. I just don't feel inspired to take that, so I use collagen boosters, so herbs that help with collagen production and elastin production. So we have Shampoo, which is very famous herb that enhances the beauty of the skin and hair, and it is said to prevent the graying of hair, and it's very well known in Chinese medicine and been used for centuries. And it has horsetail, which is super high in silica, one of the most important minerals for your skin. Nettle, again, it's brilliant for the skin, and it doesn't taste amazing in my understanding, so I'm not a person that can take nettle just like this. There are powders, nettle powders, but I'm just not one to take it, so I'm very happy that it's here. And other calendula, brilliant for the skin as well, goji berry, schisandra, and other herbs. And it's not as strong as if you would eat collagen. It's not proven actually that collagen with like the fish bones or bones from animals, it's not proven that it really enhances your collagen, because you need to digest that. I'm not sure, I don't know enough, but I am more into helping our own collagen production to be stimulated and boosted, and that's why I prefer this. And the taste of the dirty chai, at least, is amazing. I use it in my teas, I use it in desserts even. And so it's very, very easy to use. And this one, the Fruit Bliss, which is more with mangosteen. Yeah, I was reading the ingredients of this one. But yeah, they all have horsetail and nettle, all the three collagen boosters, and Shampoo. But this one then has fruits, cranberry as well, and pitaya and mangosteen. So it's more, this is more to use like with a smoothie in the morning or something like that. And the dirty chai is like, it's a chai, you know, with the spices, cinnamon and all of that. They are all very pleasant to use. Then there's one without any flavor, and which is also brilliant. It doesn't have a flavor, but it has the main ingredients that boost your collagen. So yeah, not something to be used by a 20-year-old, for example, but as we approach 40, 50, you might be interested in these kinds of things. And also if you have some sort of chronic pain or disease, or you have not been so healthy, it is important to boost the collagen and to pay attention to that as well, because it is the structure of our skin, it is the structure of many of muscles and tendons, and that is important to keep them healthy. So yeah, I hope, well, this is 30 minutes. Thank you for listening. And again, one other thing that I want to say just to finish, that this video is not going to YouTube, to the general public. This is only is going to be published only on my newsletter and possibly on Instagram. At this moment, I don't want to be there in the whole wide world of the internet or YouTube in particular, and so I'm giving you the link to this video, which is going to be just a private video for people interested in the Meridian Beauty products. I hope this is helpful. Contact me, you know where to find me. I'll leave the link below. Eventually, at some point, maybe I'll publish it on, I'll make it public, but for the next year or so, for sure not. And yeah, so this is for a small community. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. And yeah, hope you have a good day and hope this is helpful. Bye bye for now.